Alright boys, I'm gonna try to make this video quick. The best two money cards in the game, hands down, is gonna be Copper Scav and Money Grubbers. And if you guys don't understand how these two cards work, Copper Scavenger for every is going to spawn two copper spiles, and it's gonna have value of 50. Okay? And each Copper Scav that the team adds is gonna add 2. So 4 people running the card is gonna be 6 extra copper files, a value of 50. So that's gonna be 400 copper, which is gonna be 100 per person. All right, cool. Money Grubbers is going to increase the value each time you pick up a copper pile. And I have a little thing on the right here to showcase so you guys can understand, because there's a lot of people who think for whatever reason that Money Grubbers only gives you 75 extra copper. If that was the case, nobody would be running that card. So if you grab 25 copper piles, that's going to be 975 extra copper. All right, cool, we got it. All right, so I No Hope, and on average, what the amount of copper piles that spawn is 10, and then with the Copper Scav, that's +2, +2, +2, +2. So you'll be getting 16, right? Toolkit rooms, we don't talk about that because that has its own separate loot table. So on average, you're gonna be getting, if everybody's running Copper Scav, you're gonna be getting 408 extra copper from Money Grubbers. And on average, it's gonna be even bigger. All right, cool, we got that out of the way. So Lucky Pennies, but if it's buff, it's pretty massive. It's nice to have one person on your team to have it, and the reason I say it's nice to have one person on your team have it is going to be because we're gonna want that person picking up the copper piles, right? So here's a quick rundown on Lucky Pennies, just in case you're wondering how much value you're gonna get out of it. So we all know that on No Hope it's 10 copper piles, right? Okay, so you're gonna get around 250 copper per run on No Hope, and then 300 if everyone brings Copper Scav. Okay, that's on average, and obviously it's going to fluctuate because it's RNG. Okay, cool. So in the perfect scenario, you're gonna get 600 copper. That's including tool rooms. Okay, and remember, you have to remember that there's certain cards that work in hives. Money cards, right? Money Grubbers works in hives, Copper Scav works in hives, Lucky Pennies works in hive, and then you have Hazard Pay does not work in hives. Bounty Hunter, yes, it works in hives. Compound Interest, win more card. Share the Wealth does not work in hives. All right. So if you get Avarice, you're guaranteed 800 copper per person, which is nice, right? Like there's a hive that has that. I don't remember the name right now, but essentially you'll be getting 100 copper extra on a lot of piles with Lucky Pennies. That's gonna value it to a lot. Okay, and if Dan is on the team, if you revive somebody, he has that he can spawn copper piles. Okay, so let's talk about Share the Wealth. Share the Wealth is gonna be 400 copper per person. Not per person, my bad. 100 copper per person, and then you get 400 overall. Okay, obviously the card stacks. Every card that says Team Effects stacks. Okay, Pinata is arguably the best money card in the game because it spawns items, and it can spawn thousands of copper worth of items. I love it. Magician's Apprentice, it's a pretty solid economy card because you can get reuses on med kits, pipe bombs, things like that, which is increasing the value over time, right? Okay, Stealthy Passage is a pretty solid card. For example, Act 1, 1-1, the first mission of Act 1, you can get over 1200 copper easily just by disabling alarms. Okay, the issue I have with the card is birds sometimes can be a little tricky, especially if there's any verticality with them, because if you get too, it could still trigger the alarms. Hazard Pay, I don't like this card. It's pretty low value, but if you're a lazy looter, it's a fine card. Okay, does not work in hives again. All right, so we got Bounty Hunter. You need it. It's 10 copper per special kill, so you're gonna need 30 mutation kills to get the value of 300. Compound Interest is not a very good copper card, and let me tell you why. You need at least 2,000 copper for it to make any value. So it's a win more card. Yeah, this isn't something you take over other options. Personally, only talking about actual raw copper cards, these are the 3 you're going to be looking at. And for Act 1, you can take Stealthy Passage. It's a great card. But these are definitely people should be taking grubbers and scavenging. Again, 1 person with lucky pennies. All right, cool. All right, so that's pretty much for this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.